Alright, YouTube. So, if you've been a viewer that's been watching for more than 2 months, you probably already are aware that at one point I was a very big supporter of Gary Johnson. And I made the case about why I'm not supporting him anymore and I'm supporting Donald Trump. But recently, I guess he was being interviewed by someone by The Guardian, or from The Guardian, and he completely snapped. Now it's like a 5.5 minute video, and it's about consumption tax mainly, uh, about his views on it. And I'm not even here to argue any of those points. I just want to talk about the situation. I mean, what the hell is wrong with you, Gary Johnson? You're fucking retarded. You are ruining your own campaign every time those lips flap. I don't know what the hell happened, and like I said back in the summer, I think Bill Weld is probably the brains behind the whole operation. You seem to be a lot more cool and collect when Bill was kind of around you a lot more. In fact, I'd say, fuck it, Bill should have probably ran for the Libertarian uh, presidential candidate, not you. I don't know. You were fine at the Libertarian debates, and then it went to shit. Right when the CNN Libertarian Town Hall event happened, that's really the first time I thought to myself, like, what happened? And now there's this. So once again, briefly go over it. Someone from The Guardian came and interviewed Gary Johnson, I guess, at his campaign headquarters. And it was, 5.5 minute video about his consumption tax and his tax policy and some other things. But before that, it was just, it was awkward. There's like a solid 3 minutes of cringiness. A couple people pointed out that it was kind of like watching an episode of The Office, the way it was shot and the way Gary acted. It's just cringy. He makes a bunch of dad jokes that kind of awkwardly float like a turd in the room. And then they get to the tax policies. He's asking him about this tax. He goes, yeah, I'm getting rid of income tax and corporate tax. We're going to put one federal consumption tax. And then the interviewer goes on to say, oh, there's no world government or world economies or renowned economists supporting this idea. And he says he doesn't want to argue. The whole point of being a president is to argue for your case. So if you weren't fucking wanting to argue, why the hell were you even running for president in the first place, you fucking retard? I cannot believe that at one point, if I would have known this would have happened, I probably would have been aboard the Trump train since day one. If I saw this happening, but I thought Gary Johnson was a genuine guy, but he kind of pulled a Bernie Sanders. I think he took a lot of money from the Koch brothers and just went ridiculous. He is now the laughing stock of politics. I think people view Jill Stein more seriously than they view Gary Johnson. But anyways, this stoned retard basically goes on this tirade about, oh, well, blah, 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 marijuana. He's talking about, marijuana legalized. No one's asking you about this. We're asking you, he was asking you to defend your tax policy and make a case for it and not sit there and prattle on about marijuana legalization. I don't know what happened to Gary Johnson. I don't know. He just kind of went retarded, or maybe he was just stupid this whole time and he wasn't getting enough coverage, so we would have never knew. And it's sad because I've been saying since 2012 that I was going to vote for you, and you fucking let the Libertarian Party down, you piece of shit. We should have given the nomination to Daryl Perry. Now people, a bunch of disgruntled libertarians that watch some of my anti-Johnson material, they like to say like, oh, this is the last time running anyway. Well, fucking good. Good. I don't want a libertarian movement led by Gary Johnson. He has proven himself to be completely hazardous to the party. He's not even a libertarian. And I know I'll have 5 libertarians who come on this video to tell me you're not a real libertarian, because libertarians only like to fucking have a dick waving contest about who's the most libertarian and who's a true libertarian, and it really makes the whole movement go sour. And I'm about at the point where I want to call myself a classic liberal. He is a useful idiot, though. He is scooping a lot of votes away from Clinton, like I said yesterday, I think. I think there was a strategy to try to pull votes away from Trump, and maybe that is happening, but not to the effect of Gary taking votes away from Clinton. He's actually a useful tool for Trump in this campaign, as he's been doing that. He's modified his speech a lot. He's modified his outlook a lot. And he's kind of sacrificed core libertarian values to make sure that these Bernie bros get on board with him. And I hold to my opinion that if you were on board with Gary Johnson by about June, you probably weren't a libertarian to begin with. But yeah, he's a useful idiot, but he let everybody down. Hopefully 2020 and that Angels guy, one of my old videos about Gary Johnson, no, I'm going to be 20 the day after election season. It's cute that you try to call me a 17-year-old or whatever, but I'm old enough to vote. I'm voting for Trump. Get butthurt about it. But I won't waste a vote on a not libertarian if he goes against my principles, right? And really, even though Trump does, I do think it's the difference between World War III and maybe borrowing 4 more years. That's about it, YouTube. Peace out.